Hi, I'm Jamie Johnson of the Johnson Law Firm, where we do estate planning and probate, and we do it well. Today I'd like to talk to you about what is probate and how does it affect you. Probate is the actual court process by which your loved ones present your will to the court, and they attest to the fact that this was your last will and testament. Now, if your will was notarized, then your will will be accepted automatically by the court because the notary is considered to be a self-proving affidavit that you were the one that signed your will. If there is no notary signature on your will, then the witnesses will have to be called in to attest to the fact that that is your actual signature on the will. So once your will has been submitted to the court's going to name or provide legal authority to the person you've named as your executor to handle your affairs. Now, probate can last anywhere from 9 months, it's a minimum 6 months, but typically 9 months to about 24 months. On average, you come in somewhere around 12 to 14 months. Probate usually also costs approximately between 4 and 5% of what your total estate is. Now, usually this can exclude the value of your home, but if you have personal investments, your bank accounts, vehicles, things of that nature, all that adds up because we look at the gross value of your estate, not the net value, not what equity you have, but what is the gross value of the estate. Usually that cost can run about 4 to 5% for a probate attorney to handle your assets, to file the necessary paperwork with the court, and to transfer those assets to your beneficiaries or your loved ones who you've named in your will. Now, this process is called marshaling the assets. Forms that has to be filed with the courts include notice to your heirs, and the inventory of everything that's in your estate, and then a detailed distribution of where every penny in your estate went. All of this paperwork has to be collected together and presented to a commissioner of accounts who approves it and then submits that to the court on your behalf. Now, this process, as stated, can take quite a long time, but it can be a real pain in you know what. It's paperwork intensive, it's meeting certain deadlines, and it's an issue that most loved ones don't want to deal with. They'd rather focus on the grieving process. So the process of probate is required when you have a will. However, if you have a trust, then you can skip the probate process. Through a trust, this is handled outside of court. It's a private contract between you and the trustee, the person who's managing the assets that are in the trust. And it typically takes anywhere from 1 to 3 months to complete the whole process. And it's much cheaper as well. I think the normal cost for a trust is somewhere around 3%. So you're saving money, you're saving time, you're saving aggravation, and you're allowing your loved ones to focus on the grieving process as opposed to dealing with the court process to make sure that your assets are passed down to your loved ones. Should you have any questions about the probate process, what's required of it, or how to avoid it, then reach out to the Johnson Law Firm. We're happy to answer those questions for you.